might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't like New Year's resolutions. More on that in a minute. If you're new, my name is Rochelle. I am a certified pole fitness instructor with STIR University, and we are touring. That means that I set up my professional equipment and bring pole fitness to your home, your business, or event space. Again, I don't like New Year's resolutions. I like the idea of them, but usually I don't find them practical. Most don't have a plan, or most people don't have a plan setting up New Year's resolutions, which ultimately results in failure. Not all the time, but sometimes. And it usually results in unrealistic expectations. So what I would like to replace New Year's resolutions with habit tracking. So incorporating positive habits into your weekly schedule. So I actually created this. You don't have to buy this. I did link it below. But if you just want to follow along, I think improving your life doesn't have to cost you anything. So grab a sheet of paper if you just want to follow along, because I'm going to share some personal habits that I'm going to incorporate as well as some business habits. And I'm also going to give you a quick update on the business, because about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I quit my full-time job. I worked in a factory. I'd bop around and fix people's machines and get them going and harass people. Lily here. But anyway, I'll touch a bit on that. But I created this habit tracker, pole and goal habit tracker, and I'm going to show you things I want to incorporate in my business and personal life. I actually recorded this already and lost my lost everything. So we're plan B, we're just going to go live, you know. It's actually the second time I've lost a really big project, which is true Rochelle fashion. Yep, so I'm going to share a bit of what I'm planning in the business and personal. I took STIR U on the road, so we went up to Michigan. So if you don't know, I primarily serve Wisconsin. I'm in Oshkosh, and the UP, so the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, as well as the tip of the mitt, Michigan. We bopped around to Manistee, as well as Alpena and Gaylord. Had a bunch of fun there. It was a big learning experience. And if you haven't started a business, it's a lot. So you're pretty much everybody for your business, your IT, your marketing, your everything. It takes up quite a bit of your time. And I pretty much started my business on a very limited budget to zero budget. I pretty much DIY'd everything, but it still comes at a cost. And that cost was my personal care, as well as maintaining pretty much all of my relationships. So I kind of neglected those areas, and I really want to get better at that. So I have been taking steps to take care of myself. I'll share some of that because that's kind of embarrassing to admit. I kind of had this realization after oversharing in a grocery store. If you can relate to that, a friend we bumped into mentioned, oh, I've been doing yoga and blah, blah, blah. And like, that was, you know, I was super proud of her for doing that. And I ended up sharing, like, I can't recall if I've put on deodorant or brushed my teeth today. And like, after saying it out loud, I was, you know, kind of thinking of it afterwards and super embarrassed. Like, perhaps like most people during COVID, I was kind of feeling maybe some symptoms of depression, you know. Everybody's doing it. But it took me saying it out loud to kind of realize that. But since then, I've been kind of doing little things. So if I can share, bare minimum, if I make the effort to do like simple little things, it'll trigger my brain to do other things. So like a simple task of, I'm going to incorporate putting moisturizer on my face and hair oil on my hair, because like texture was really weird after COVID as well. I don't know if you can relate to that too. I got this really good hair oil from Arise Wellness at the self-care center, women's self-care circuit. That's working, I think. But anyway, doing those little steps, like I'm automatically gonna make sure that, oh, I've definitely put deodorant on, or I've taken a shower today because I'm putting moisturizer on my face. Like those little things are gonna trigger those extra habits in taking care of myself. So that's part of the personal, as well as wanted to get better at my relationships, because all of them kind of struggled. Like my marriage is good, but it's something you have to like actively maintain. You can't just set it and forget it, like all relationships. So I wanted to actively take steps to get better at those things. So my goal for maintaining my relationships, marriage-wise, I wanted to do like listen to more podcasts. Oh, same for self-care. For myself, I wanted to listen to more podcasts. So I'm going to chart that. It's backwards here. Hopefully I can get around to editing a version where I can flip this. We would put our habit here. So I'd want to do more self-care podcasts as well as my morning routine. And then I don't want to overload habits because that's also setting myself up for failure. So I'm just picking a couple things. So that's why I only picked a couple things personal and a couple things business. And we're not setting this up to be perfect. We're setting it up to try. And it's more of like testing. Like you're seeing what's working and what's not. And this is only a portion of the habit tracker. There's more to it, but we're trying to keep this video relatively short. But as far as maintaining relationships goes, I'm going to try to make 1 point of contact a day with somebody. So that's going to be either like text or an actual visit, a phone call, anything like that is going to count as like a point of contact. And I've already started doing that. Thank you, ladies, for meeting up with me and allowing me to like share in that too and not being judgmental, because it's kind of hard to admit. Like that's a lot of embarrassing stuff, like maintaining my personal stuff and relationships. Not sorry, but you know what I mean. To the business, I kind of struggled with fulfilling my certifications. Like I'm almost positive I have some sort of learning disorder, because I do struggle to get through some material. But I also learned that I set up systems for myself to help me get through things and help me learn. So, and I feel like I've gotten a better system in that. I've got my projector set up so I can actually see my trainers, and it feels more like I am doing the class in person, and I can repeat it, which helps me retain the information. So I'm working on a few more certifications. I've got a heel certification coming up. I've already got 1 and 2 pole certification. I would like 3 and 4, so that's coming up as well. And I'm re-upping my CPR cert. So 2023 is like year of upping certs. So CPR, heels, and 3 and 4. Hopefully that's for 2023. Yeah, I think that's the main business goals. Also wanted to touch on, because I kind of felt weird bringing up like tracking, like, oh, I talked to this person today, or oh, I'm gonna call this person today. So I felt kind of weird about that. Why did I feel weird about that? Because if you care about somebody, you should just automatically be able to do, sorry, I'm sniffly. You should just automatically be able to do those things. But I think if you've fallen out of habit with that, I think taking that action to do those things means that you do care for those people and that you want to get better at something and you're taking action. So I just wanted to touch on that. But other than that, it's been a really good year. What else can I share? I'll try to remember to like share my progress. I know it gets hectic and I get tunnel vision and I kind of forget to do that, but I will also try to get better at that. And if you have any goals that you want to set, let me know. Like this is just an example in the workbook that says water goals, if you met your water goals. Food prep, I do that on Sundays. What does that say? Oh, yoga. So a little bit of self-care. And I have felt like a bit of a hypocrite in the self-care department because me and Brittany are the self-care ladies. But we did have the women's self-care circuit in September. I picked up some hair oil and yeah, we're already making progress for the new year. Share if you have any goals that you want to share with me. Share your progress. I think that's all that I wanted to cover. I think that's it, guys. All right, Happy New Year. I don't know, like if you're into New Year's resolutions, that's cool. I like the idea of it, but like maybe let's be a little bit more strategic and track some habits. Yeah? Yeah? All right. Mwah!